It's time for another brick rodeo. Let's check out the MOCs. When we first walked in, there was a big train display. It's pretty much the same display that they had the last 2 years. We had a little industrial area, bridge, and then lots of buildings, kind of like a downtown area. There was a supersized police station, and of course a long train going by. This one here had a lot of fuel tankers. I really like that lifesaver themed one. And of course the Texas flag ones look good too. We had more buildings in the front with a little tram. We had a pretty dense forest on the corner, which all those trees look really great. Not quite sure about the blue and pink ones though. And a couple more great looking bridges. There was another smaller train layout next to it. It just had a couple of the Lego trains going around, but it did have a huge boutique hotel along with a pretty big train station. And a couple tall skyscrapers. Starting off the city section, we have a pretty cool octane chemical plant. I think I've seen this the last year or two, but it's still impressive with all those pipes going everywhere and all the details. The theme for this year was Christmas in July, so here's a big Christmas parade. I think this was a collab with multiple builders, and you can see there's lots of winter-themed floats. There's a stuffed animal Duplo figure being used there as a hot air balloon, which is a unique idea. And just a lot of modular buildings that have kind of been decked out for Christmas. Got some Star Wars floats decked out for Christmas with the AT-AT with some antlers and then the AT-ST in front of it. Got some Minion sets used as balloons. Nice little tuning garage here with some cars. Then we have another parade. This one is not winter themed, this one's Mardi Gras themed. Got a lot of floats out front with good themes, including a Muppets one, an Adventures one, Space, Castle, and then a Pirates one around the corner. This Buc-ee's MOC was super popular, everyone recognized it and wanted to check it out. Looks like it's based on a smaller location, not the giant ones I'm familiar with, but we had a big inflatable beaver up on top. Of course, a lot of details inside with, of course, some clean restrooms and a bunch of food options and souvenirs and whatnot. Little Buc-ee's out front. Another Christmas themed one that was really popular. Had a bunch of the Lego Christmas sets displayed, along with the Winter Wonderland scenery with the mountain in the back and the Christmas train going around. This one ended up winning Best Lighting, although I expected it to win the Best Christmas Theme Award. And here's my setup of Fred-BRICKS-burg. You'll notice a few things in here that I haven't made videos on yet, like the vineyard in the corner and the roads, which I just ran at a time. I'll be making those videos here shortly. But here's just a look at how I had it set up with all the little scenes. I added a lot of horses and some early cars to set that early 1900s theme I'm going for. And then I placed a lot of minifigures here and there just to make it look lived in. It was funny, the adults and parents usually recognized the buildings and the name of the city of Fred-BRICKS-burg as Fredericksburg, obviously. And then all the kids noticed all the little scenes, like these little wanted posters I had up and the bad guy dueling back there. And this is probably my favorite scene that I added. We have a horse here getting scared by a scorpion on the ground, which caused the cart to detach and tip over, spilling all the pumpkins. And then I used the scared farmer from that alien abduction set on top. I also put some simple battery-powered LED lights in each floor of the buildings, just to help people see in a little bit if they wanted to check out the details inside. The kids also really liked this missing cat sign I had, with the cat in the picture standing right next to it, looking at himself. Just the day before, I found that Barn City set on 50% off, so I picked that up and added some of the farm animals into the scene. And I'm looking forward to showing you all those updates I added, like the vineyard and the trees and the cars, in some videos here coming soon. Overall, it seemed like everyone really liked Fredericksburg, both the adults and the kids, and it was a lot of fun watching it click for people when they read the name and realized that it was based on Fredericksburg, Texas. Here was a campsite scene with some pretty good looking trees. This was a cool lighting setup for this old carousel I didn't even realize was a Lego set. Here's a supersized market for that grocery store set that came out recently. Tons of details inside with a bunch of aisles and goodies, including a stockroom in the back. Here's what I call the Ray the Castaway UCS set. Basically, it was a big expansion on the Gift with Purchase set with a bunch of little scenes, including pirates, the lighthouse, hidden side, even had like kind of a kraken getting a boat there, island of monkeys, people on the beach, and also some really cool palm trees. Nice little city scene here with the recolored jazz club. And this Lego museum was pretty impressive. It won the Best City Award. It had tons of minifigures in and just tons of little references to different Lego things, like the first minifig, there's a goat in a little display case there, and then all the scenes on the back are the different themes like city, pirates, ideas with the dinosaur there in front. You got Arctic in the back, light brick up front, Aqua Zone in the back, space helmet, and then some big spiral staircases, a pick a brick in the back corner there. Oh, I think those doors are probably for the Lego movie, just noticed that. We got Castle, Ninjago, space in the center there covering both floors. We got Adventures and Western. Pretty great mock and everyone seemed to love it. Cool little steam shovel build, I think I remember that book. And a nice Asian temple here with a gate, some cool rock bridges, and of course all the detail on the temple itself. There was a big Star Wars train set called the X-Wing Repair Shop. It had a big building inside with some repairs going on and whatnot. Along with a train with a crane on it carrying an X-Wing. That was fun to watch going around. Here's a rescuing the princess scene. Ton of microfighters, or macrofighters as he calls them. Pretty much any Star Wars ship you can think of. There are a lot of other Star Wars ships and MOCs and stuff. I'm not too into all that, but I'm sure there were some great techniques and stuff used in all of these. I do really like this Stormtrooper shooting gallery though. Probably doesn't have to give away too many prizes. This bus looked pretty cool. And I liked all the seagulls attacking, probably some meme I don't understand. And there were a couple of big Star Wars displays. We had the battle against the Separatists with a bunch of vehicles and stormtroopers and droids flying around and attacking. Then the other big display was this Battle of Geonosis with tons of dark orange bricks. Got several big vehicles here and lots of clones and stormtroopers. This probably took a long time to set all those up. Pretty big scale for a section of a Star Destroyer. This Jedi training school scene was pretty cool. A lot of colors in there. This one won the best Star Wars one. It's a helmet and a vest. And I really like this Mos Eisley setup. Of course you got the UCS set in there, but you also have lots of streets and buildings adding to the environment. Along with a couple of those CGI slugs that were added later on. Oh yeah, one more Star Wars battle. Not sure what this one is, but you got Dropship dropping off some clones on this big rock thing here. Lots of trees with droids in them. Some of them are even on fire and getting damaged. Pretty cool looking. I actually really like these small scenes. I think they're done well and have a lot of detail packed into them. Over to castle, start off with a smog dragon. Got a classic looking castle, except for with gray instead of yellow. I think this one was here last year, at least the one on the left here is with the troubadour, which I still think is a good MOC. Got a pretty big house here with some farm animals around the side, cows and pigs, king passing by out front. And I thought this castle was pretty awesome. It had several tall spires with lots of blue and white flags hanging from them. Then it had a market area in the middle with different shops and minifigs going about. Along with a gate and a drawbridge out front. Pretty sure this castle won the award for Best Castle Theme. It had some huge trebuchet and siege tower with a lot of details. Looks like a lot of orcs and trolls are attacking this. I don't think it's Lord of the Rings themed. I think it's just fantasy castle, but it could be based on an IP. You have a lot of knights on the castle wall, a bunch of them getting ready inside. Tons of villagers, a lot of buildings for the marketplace, and of course a bunch of minifigs going about their everyday business, oblivious to what's going on outside the gate. Pretty cool winter castle here. I think this was here last year. I can't remember, but it looks pretty cool. I like all the details and the melting snow on the roofs and everything. I really like this Battle of Helm's Deep MOC. It's simple, small, but packs in a ton of details. The Samurai Vader is pretty cool, and it got an honorable mention award. Little castle on an island here with some good rock work. Blue Knight's castle versus a Red Knight's castle next to it. I really like this classic yellow castle with the treads on the sides, kind of like a retro Neo Knight set. And then there was a pretty cool medieval harbor here with 3 big ships with different animals and stuff on them, along with a bunch of details with islands and plant life, and a few buildings on the shoreline. This Life Under the Sea MOC actually won Best in Show, which it looks pretty good. It wouldn't have been my pick, but it's got a lot of details and some moving parts and some lights. I do like the turtle swimming there, and then the octopus next to him is pretty good. I really like this Bluebonnets MOC. It's simple, but it uses those blue baseball hats. And this avatar animal won the award for the nature theme. Got a fun cactus there. And this MOC was pretty cool. It used some capes as the flower petals. Little Narnia scene. And these old adventurers dioramas were really cool. Got a random Santa's dragon that won an award. I really like this desert mountain landscape. I think it was really well done. This was a unique MOC here. It's a koi pond and it has layers going down vertically. So you see like the foam above the fish, above the water, and then above the stones, lily pads on top. This was well done. I like this idea. This is a huge Statue of Liberty MOC from the San Antonio Lego group. The sign said it had 78,000 pieces and weighed 240 pounds. Normally I don't like these really big sculptures like Lego does because they just look so blocky and you can see all the studs on top, but these creators actually covered all those studs with slopes and it just looked way better, I thought. Overall, a really impressive feat. And who doesn't like a little Cubone? Cool camera MOC, which I guess was a spaceship. And then I really like the minifigures on these sea animals. I think this was here last year. A huge modular castle build. It had a lot of wall elements, a few buildings inside, like some couple towers. It was big, but it didn't connect all the way, and the middle was kind of empty, so it could have done with some more details on the inside. Maybe they'll finish it in the future. Really tall Rebel Alliance space station. Probably the one I was most concerned about a kid running into and knocking over. This is an expanded version of a MOC that was there last year with all the glowing Lego elements from the black lights, added more trees and stuff. Still pretty cool technique to use. This one was here last year and was one of my favorites. It consists of two halves. This is the underground section on the bottom. It has a lot of caverns and caves going through with space explorers, with tons of alien bugs and a big queen in the back there. It has lights, but they were not on right now. And then on top there's a big mountain with a monorail station going to the back of it, and just an otherworldly looking environment on top, with some weird colors, green river, a sand dune, little outpost on the mountain there. And then the main base has a white and dark blue color scheme. I really like this fly-through barbecue station, built up on an asteroid. I think that's a cool idea. And this space-themed A-frame cabin was really cool. This probably would have gotten my vote for best space. Whereas this is the one that won the Best Space Award. Really impressive Space Shuttle Discovery. I think the Space Shuttle is a Lego set, I'm not sure. But either way, the orange fuel tank and the side boosters are really impressive. Actually, this one was probably my favorite space one. A Dreamsicle delivery spaceship. What's not to love about that one? I also like these little Ice Planet and Rock Raiders, which are always some of my favorite old themes. Got a classic space-themed Buzz Lightyear ship, along with a forest-themed Buzz Light ship. The huge Houston micro build layout was back, really impressive. I'm not too familiar with Houston, but I imagine if you are, this would be really fun to take a long look at. Then next to it was a larger scale of a strip of Houston, along with several of the stadiums. Big San Jacinto monument was back, still impressive. Along with several other micro build worlds. Eventually, I would like to make a MOC in Microscale. This one here won the award for Best Microscale. This was my favorite mock in the kids theme, a really well done map of Super Mario World. He said he plans to do all the maps in the future. And a kind of a creepy Ronald McDonald. This Stranger Things mock was really well done, and it won the award for Best Pop Culture. It has scenes from all 4 seasons, with Vecna's house in the Upside Down, the scene on the train tracks, the cabin, all the pumpkins, Vecna's house in the real world, or the downside up, I guess? I don't know what the real world's called. The clocks, the tree portal, and of course the metal solo on top of the RV in the Upside Down. Along with the Mind Flayer, a little Frogger machine. And here's a sneak peek at one of my mocks that I haven't done a video on yet. I was really happy with how this turned out and can't wait to share it with y'all. And of course next to that I had my Fix-It Felix Jr. Playable Wreck-It Ralph set that I have in LEGO Ideas. There were a couple Bob's Burgers. And I don't know what this one's from, but it looks pretty cool. Addams Family portraits. And another Bob's Burgers. And the big Encanto house was here again, which won a couple awards last year. Here's an Arkham Asylum building that had some lighted floors with the security and check-in area. And then customized cells for each bad guy. Harley Quinn up top. And I assume that's the warden's office. Little searchlight on top. There were 3 huge minion figures. I think each one of these had like 20,000 bricks each or something like that. You definitely noticed those. And the Johnny 5 set was back again this year, which I unfortunately didn't get a picture of last year. Got the Breaking Bad RV. And the house from the Ozarks. Pretty cool scene, which I guess is from the second Black Panther movie. Nice little diorama there. This one here is pretty funny and explains why it hurts so much to step on a Lego brick. This guy was back again with all his realistic mocks. I really like this new cracking egg one. Got some sushi, the bad guy from that new Puss in Boots movie, the cleaner guy from WALL-E. This coffee maker was cool, you could turn a knob and the coffee level would rise. Monsters Inc., VeggieTales looks pretty good. Clippers won an award last year. And this one's still one of my favorites, with the minifigures getting sucked up into the Dyson. Old clock and TV, record player, camera. Jumanji board. Got a little baby Groot, a Walkman. Blu-ray player, and the laptop. This was a huge replica of some county courthouse. Nice cemetery memorial. And of course there were a lot of military vehicle mocks. These jets are really impressive. Got a long D-Day scene. I think this might have been here last year too. couple of smaller military vignettes. And here was a Roman circuit chariot race. I don't think that guy's gonna win. And here were a lot of smaller military MOCs, some planes, and a lot of boats. Another D-Day MOC. A big MOC of some fort. I'm not sure where this fort is, but it has a nice circle wooden wall all the way around it, and a big cannon up on that tower in the center. Here is a huge battle scene laid out at a pretty small scale. It had a bunch of planes flying overboard, dropping bombs, some tanks being exploded. It had trees, tanks plowing through some wheat fields, more tanks getting hit, some buildings in the center. Pretty cool MOC overall. And of course, here is my really big ugly rock piece. I put it on a spinning turntable, and I think it looked pretty great there. Nothing to see there. And then we got some more art MOCs along this table. This Mount Fuji one with the tree was one of my favorites, although I probably could have done without the X-Wing in there. There were a ton of giant art MOCs all around the walls of the ballroom. This solar system one is unique. Those planets are 3D and actually bulge out from the MOC. Some cool kinetic ones. This jellyfish one was pretty cool with those tentacles moving. Still really like this world map that was there last year. And of course we have my Avatar Last Airbender map and my Miss Pac-Man from this year. Cool retro Lego logo. Got the big David Bowie and DB Cooper again. A lot of trippy ones. A couple of these had some giant LED panels behind them to light up the center part. Another trippy one. And a cool train one. This MOC was definitely one of the more unique ones and had all this actual water within the water park. There is a wave pool up here, which I never got to see move, but I think that goes up and down and makes some waves. And then you got a big log flume, or I always call it the power surge. It's the one with the big boats, not the little small logs. But it goes down this waterfall here and splashes the guy on the bridge. And then we got this tube water slide with water running through it. This little conveyor belt brings up the minifig and dumps them into the slide. And then he slides around this mountain, coming out at the bottom. So there you have it, guys. That was most of the MOCs from Brick Rodeo 2023, along with some of my thoughts. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.